It's dropped below 20 degrees for one day, and I've got jeans and a hoodie on.
I thought the hoodie was excessive.
But it is very comfortable, though. But at no point have I been too hot either. I've been quite all right.
Hoodie season's the best. This weather is awesome. I love this weather. I'm happy to dwell back in this 20-degree weather again.
I was very much thriving in what it has been. It's been literally like 28 degrees every day for the last 2 weeks. It's been
It's been awesome.
Beast.
Yeah. I haven't even been to the beach once in that period, which is
Really?
no.
I've been going almost every day.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm due. I was going to go again this week, but here we are. I like this season because you can dress better.
what do you mean this
You can
season?
dress, like, just
When
when
it's
it's cooler, you can dress better.
There's more options.
Yeah.
There's more options.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think generally speaking, people look better in pants than they do shorts. Generally speaking.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree with that. Yeah, it does give you a bit more variety.
Like, it's nice being able to be like, I'm going to put on, a different pair of pants, maybe a hoodie or just a shirt over the top.
You can still wear shorts in winter, but it just has to be like one of those really nice days.
I would never.
I have, and I will again. I'll strike it.
It's a very dad thing to do, wear shorts in winter. It's almost like
I'm just aging.
it's
into my
almost like a
personality.
declaration of like,
Tough stickers, mate.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I've
Exactly.
definitely said this before, but like the dad who, when I used to do football coaching when I was in like year 11 and 12, there was one dad who never, even in the middle of winter, would always wear shorts, but boardies as well. Yeah, I was asking one time. It was really cold. I think it was one of those days where it was like 7 degrees because with the kids you play in the morning, so it's not warmed up. And it was one of the early games, and it was freezing. It was absolutely freezing. It would have been, and it was windy. And if anyone is not from Sydney listening, when it's 7 degrees and super windy in Sydney, that is like pretty much as cold as it's going to get.
That's chilly.
And it's cold.
And like, Sydney siders aren't equipped for that kind of weather.
No, we're not. We're kind of soft. And to be fair, though, I'll be fair. Some of the internationals that I know who aren't from Australia even say they're a bit surprised by how cold it does get, though, in Sydney.
I think as Australia's just got that aura that it's, hot and sunny all the time, and it's not.
But
it's really
it
not.
switches up. It switches up. And this bloke, he's wearing a hoodie, T-shirt, honestly, I think he's just wearing his dad runners and a pair of boardies. And I was like, mate, aren't you cold, at all? He's going, nah, I'm not cold. I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'll never wear it. Never wear it. Like, mate, yeah.
Put your ego aside, mate.
Yeah. Don't stop being such a legend. All right? Stop being such a legend and put some joggers on or something. Like every other dad is like, got a puffer on, jeans or
Beanie.
trackies, beanie. No, not this weapon. Not him.
Is that like the ultimate stake of like, I'm the most alpha dad here?
It is a massive alpha move. It is a massive alpha move. It's
What was this guy's name? Was he a Chris?
No, he wasn't. His name was. He did have a maybe it was a Mark. I think he was a Mark from memory.
A mark of note.
Yeah, he just a big dog. I'll never forget it. I knew he was freezing. He was lying, mate. He's lying to everyone.
Yeah.
But
Under 8 whiteboard tactics, paired best with a pair of boardies on Saturday morning.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
yeah, baby.
Marshall gets away. Marshall's still going. Marshall's got Richards coming up outside. Now inside.
All right, what's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Barflies podcast, episode 69 today. Joined always by my good friend and comrade, Alexander Russell.
Hello, viewers, friends, listeners.
Good to be here. Rainy Monday.
Yep.
Tuesday.
3-day turnaround on this pod.
Yeah?
Yeah.
4 day.
Well, 4-day. 4-day.
Pretty good from
Yeah.
us.
Getting it out to you a bit earlier this week.
We'd like to start getting it back out earlier.
Yeah, we're trying to get it out
Are we teeing up a Tuesday?
I think
Tuesdays
Tuesday is going to
from
be kind of the
day.
like indefinite day.
Indefinite day.
Well, we'll try. We'll try it, yeah.
I think at this stage, if it's not happening, what I was thinking actually is if it doesn't happen on Tuesday, because I'll be studying on the other days, Thursday night we could do it, and then we could go watch the footy. Yeah.
Could be on.
Yeah.
But
Like if we
seriously.
couldn't do it Tuesday for whatever reason, we could just maybe do it Thursday night.
All right, that could work for me. Connor.
Remember when we went to the bowler that night with Rory and Blav?
Yeah, that
Very
was
early.
fun. That was
fun.
Dragons played. Dragons Sharks.
Yes.
And Dragons got,
Got
pumped,
pumped.
and it was raining.
Yes, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I do. I do remember. We got smashed.
Good times.
Yeah, great time. Oh, Rory, miss that bloke.
Yeah, names been popping up a little bit lately.
Yeah.
The old Rory's.
Miss that bloke.
Yeah. No idea how he's going, but
yeah.
if you're listening, hope you're well, mate.
Speaking of people overseas, we're doing just again acknowledging you guys. Thank you so much for your support. We always appreciate it. Every like, follow, view, subscription is, appreciated.
Yeah.
And thank you also to our friends listening from overseas. I know there's a couple people listening overseas. Nathan, Gary, Ferrari,
Yeah.
mate. Thanks, boys.
Legends. Appreciate the support.
And family over there as well.
Yeah. Such a weird thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
We actually had it. You were just telling me what Isaac said about the pod.
Yeah, well, he when he was in London, he was listening, but it was just reminded him a little bit of being here,
Yeah.
which is interesting
Yeah.
because I know I wouldn't think about that, but
I guess I've been told often when people talk to me about the pod, they often go, I like it because I just feel like I'm the third person in the room. And which I guess is the whole point of a pod, right? But appreciate everyone that listens.
absolutely
Love your work. Next week,
development
on the Barflies podcast.
big development.
One of the biggest developments, I think you could say.
I think we're just teasing.
Yeah.
We're just teasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like, when there's a big block of apartments going up, it's like the scaffolding's been put out. Like the fences have gone up, the area's blocked off, it's
Yeah.
roped off, the tape's out.
Or when there's a new shop getting made in your local set of shops.
Yes.
And everyone's going, oh, what's it going to be?
Yeah, what's coming?
I know when they're doing them at Narrowing, and everyone's going, oh, what's it going to be? And then when I found out it was a Liquorland, the deli was coming back, a pizza shop, and a Vietnamese bakery, I was ecstatic.
Yeah.
'Cause I couldn't stop thinking about it.
And you might be thinking, Cody and Xander, geez, you're putting a bit of mayo on this. What could it possibly be? It can't be that exciting, can it? Well, silly. That'd be silly of you to think that.
Don't underestimate us. That's what I'm going to say. Don't underestimate the cards that we have and that we will deal out. Okay?
Yeah, my sleeve's full. Full deck of
My
cards.
sleeve is jacked. I've got a jacked sleeve. I've got an absolutely jacked sleeve, and I'm ready to get dealing. Okay?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Friend of the show, Davey, Barley Passable
Fame.
fame.
Literally fame.
Yeah.
Actual.
Legit-
genuine.
legitimate fame.
Genuine fame.
Yeah,
compared to
legitimate
us.
fame.
Yep.
And his farts smell a lot nicer than ours. Thanks for asking.
And they sound better too. And
They
sound
definitely
a lot-
sound better.
they
Anyway,
sound way better.
Davey's put together.
And Kai.
That's just Davey, I think.
Oh, okay. Well. Yeah, okay. Go on.
Davey's put together one of the all-time theme songs
Yeah.
for the greatest podcast in the world.
Yeah.
And that's coming soon. So keep your ears and eyes peeled.
Yeah, pumped for that.
It's
Well,
actually awesome.
It is actually sick.
It sounds
like
so good.
it sounds like the best way to compare it would be it sounds like our very own theme song.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me most excited when I listen
Yeah.
to it. So I'm keen for everyone else to hear it.
Yeah.
We don't have any snippet for you yet. Only really me and Cody and Dave have listened to it.
Yeah.
So you know what, you're just gonna have to trust us.
Can't wait. I haven't been this giddy in a while.
No. Yeah.
I've also never had anyone write a song about me. I'm happy to go that far.
Yeah.
I'm happy to
Yeah.
go that far.
Yeah. All right. You know, he might take it off us after hearing this. He might. Nah, actually,
It's
you
not a-
guys. You guys can make your own fucking intro.
Is this a love song of sorts
Yeah.
from Davey?
We have to ask him. We have to ask him.
We'll ask him when he comes on the show. Davey, we're going to have Davey and Kai on.
We sure are. That's also coming up a few weeks.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
So keep you posted. If you want to know anything about those two, hop on Spotify, hop on YouTube, look up Barley Passable,
Yep.
one of the great bands of the modern day,
Not to be confused
or duos.
with the infamous Barely Passable.
Yeah. No, that would be misspelling.
Did you notice? You know they've got the Instagram handle for both.
Really?
They've got Barley Passable and
Oh,
Barely
I
Passable.
did notice. Oh, because
And the Barely Passable Instagram just says you spelt it wrong.
Yeah, that's right. I have seen because I keep clicking it. I'm like, wait, I'm pretty sure I already follow them. Like,
Yeah.
why is it? What's this? And I've done it. You'd think you remember after doing it 3 times, but I have done it about 4 or 5.
Yeah. I've done it
I'm
twice.
thinking, oh, Xander, you again? Really?
Idiot.
You fucking
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
I was telling someone Barely Passable. And they were like, dude, it's Barley Passable. I'm like, it's not Barley Passable, you moron. It's Barely Passable. And he's like, no, dude, it's barley. And
You've
I was
got it
like,
wrong.
oh, shit, okay.
you've got it wrong.
Um,
But yeah, so that's exciting. Looking forward to
stay
that.
tuned. I think it'll be next week.
Yeah.
And it's just going to make the pod sound so much more legit. It's going to make us sound so much better than I was about to say than we already are. You absolute loser.
Oh,
I meant to
mate.
say it was going to make us sound so much more legitimate.
We've actually got chronic fart sniffing disease. Like it's actually fucked.
Are you toning down the swearing this week or not?
Yeah, to be fair, that was bad. Last week, listening back to the episode,
Is this a formal apology?
yeah, you know, of sorts. I would like to not apologize, but I'll just acknowledge that, you know, did I think I took it a little bit far, dropping a couple too many F-bombs last week? Quite possibly.
Yeah.
I was listening to it back. I was going, wow, that's very unprofessional.
Yeah, you even called yourself a rookie, I think.
Yeah, amateur.
Yeah, amateur.
Yeah, amateur.
These were sort of the first things, like, when we started the pod, I'd had a bit of background doing radio, so I knew a little bit more than you about mic etiquette,
Yes.
etc. One of the first things we had to cover was
Swearing.
the language.
Yeah.
And just sort of the tidying up of sentences,
Mm.
which you've worked very hard towards, so...
So when I let loose, like I did last week, it's a disappointment. It's a disappointment because
Yeah.
it's you know 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of scenario. But you know we get better. I also said like a lot last week, which I didn't enjoy. That one annoys me. That annoys me more than the swearing.
Yeah.
Because
Because you're better than that.
I feel when you're telling a story, when you drop the word like in there 5 times as a connector word, when your brain's processing, it ruins the flow,
Yeah.
you know? So, you know, put my hand up. Yeah, I'm trying. You know, sue me. But I get a bit defensive about people go, oh, you got a bit of a potty mouth, blah, blah, blah. And you go, no, I don't. You know, first way to fixing it is admit you have a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I do have a little bit of a colourful language problem.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. We're working very hard on it.
You know what? The old codgers, like at the pub, John, our old supervisor,
Yeah.
one of the great storytellers of all time.
Oh, he's a magnificent storyteller.
When he talks, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no like, there's no
No.
umming.
Absolutely not.
And simply when they're lost for words, they'll pause and look into the distance.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be like, God, this guy is...
pure clarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm roped in. And like, I like the pause. I'm
Dramatic effect.
dramatic effect.
And that's what they say to do. But I think what doesn't help us is the fact that when we start going, we go so fast that we can't help it.
Yeah.
We got a pacing problem.
Yeah. You came in hot last week as well. You had a lot to say. And that's not a dig or anything. It's just to add on to your point that like
No.
you have to get a lot out in the episode. So it's just naturally it's going to come out pretty quick.
And you think if you were talking for an hour and 30 minutes straight, you'd be able to say what you want, but apparently not. But that is a problem of chronic fart sniffing disease, is that, you know, there's always more farts to sniff, mate.
What did you do this morning?
Well, do you mean in the last 4 days? Because I've got up to a little bit in the last 4 days.
Yeah.
We, you know, well, first off, Super Bowl was on yesterday. Rihanna was playing. Big Rihanna fan. I love a bit of Rihanna. So
Yeah.
as you all know, I don't have Bluetooth in my car. Strictly radio operator. Bit of Rihanna comes on. You know it's getting turned up.
Mm.
You know, big fan. However, I think I actually, and I know that she was pregnant, and that kind of is awesome that she was able to do that show. So I'm not saying I didn't like, but I just I didn't find it that engaging, the show. And I think that it has fallen victim to the fact that the last 3 years was The Weeknd, which birthed one of the most infamous memes of all time.
Which one was that?
The one where he's, the one where he's like in the glass room.
Yeah,
Do you know the one?
I think so.
Do you know? You definitely would know. And he's wearing the orange or red suit,
No, maybe.
and he's got the gloves on, and he's on a room that's on top of the pit. Oh, it's awesome. Anyway,
Okay. So you're saying the last 3 shows have been good?
the last 3 shows have been great, and then there was J-Lo and Shakira, and then there was Dr.
J-Lo and Shakira. Wow.
Yeah, it was sick. And then there was Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Anderson .Paak last year. So, respectfully, as much as the megastar Rihanna is, and I do like her songs, when I was watching it, I was just going, there's something.
Was it just her?
It was just her. There was just something, I think, because the other shows have been so hectic that when I was watching it, I was waiting for something more.
Yeah.
And maybe that's because we've been so spoiled the last few years.
You're a spoiled little piggy.
Yeah, spoiled little piggy. But I personally, I couldn't get around it as much as I wanted to.
Mm.
But everyone was going crazy. I was liking how everyone was watching it also just for Rihanna. The amount of people that tuned. I think I might have watched 3 minutes of the actual game,
Okay.
but I watched the whole halftime show, which went for about 10.
I heard a lot of people tune in just for the ads as well because the ads are so good.
Yeah, but we don't even get the good ads. They're all in America. We
Oh,
still
okay.
get the Australian ones.
No, that's lame.
yeah,
I
which
didn't even know that.
sucks. So
You have to watch them on like YouTube later, I guess.
yeah, which is annoying. But I mean, we can cover it in the back page a bit. But the game itself was actually pretty awesome. Pretty awesome game.
No chockies for the Aussie boys.
No chockies. Zero chockies. Not confirmed. Well, none taken. So
Well, they're confirmed that they're.
non-chocolate takers. Yeah. Other than that, been attending some of the boys on the Northern Beaches. We
What is it? The FCS?
please do not disclose the name on this podcast. We have, not I wouldn't call it a swim club. I'd call it a lifestyle club. Waking up in the morning, getting up, last couple like 2 week or a week or whatever, just getting up early, going for a swim. We've been expanding in members. It's been great. It's been such a good way to start the day. We did laps today. I had my I had my what's it called?
Swim cap?
Swim cap, goggles, and let's just say power swimming trunks on. It was quite the look.
What's the lineup of trunks amongst the
Mostly
lads?
speedos. I'm the only one that's different.
Does that not make you want to be speedos as well?
I've got speedos on underneath.
That's kind of lame, bro.
No, but the thing is, I forgot to say this. The speedos I have are a size too small.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are they offensive in any way? Shape,
they're
or
not.
form?
They're not a little. Well,
Are they offensive on the eye?
probably.
Like more so than a normal.
More
pair?
so than normal. Yeah, they're a bit tighter than normal pair. They're quite constrictive, one might say. But look, it's going well, And the cafe near where we go to the beach, they have those, the chocolate flakes. You know how I froth the chocolate flakes in the coffee?
Are they like the lint ones or
Oh,
whatever?
yes.
Yeah, nice.
And I always go, I'm like, oh, can I have I don't usually get cappuccino, but I get it there. I go, oh, can I have a cappuccino? I'm like, can I get extra chocolate flakes as well? And then the baristas just laugh because they like, with a child.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
they also put about 5 times the usual amount on. I'm frothing when I get them.
Did we not openly slander people who got hot chocolates? I know it's a cup.
Yeah.
But we openly slandered people to the point that the adult hot chocolate got a place in the bracket
Yeah, but I'm,
only a mere 6 months ago.
but I don't let it melt. I'm drinking because you've watched me drink a coffee before. I would drink it. That's a 3 sip.
It's like start the timer.
Yeah, it's like 3.
Cup gets placed down, start the timer.
Yeah, it's put down in front of me. Gone like quick.
Yeah.
4 sips.
Yeah.
5 sips.
And you can drink it when it's hot as well.
Yeah, I can.
I'll give you that.
fresh.
I'll give you that.
When it's fresh, it's got a bit of zip about it. So you can imagine the chocolate barely melts while it's in there,
Yeah.
and just creates a delicious balance.
There's actually also a little bit of a club out here. It's not a,
The Day Boys.
No. Hear me out. Well, yes, the Day Boys, but not the Day Boys. A group of our friends who are up running Sydney Park at like 6 a.m.
Is this the Chippendale Cheaters?
Is that a thing?
That's like Callum and
No,
stuff.
no,
No, or
no, it's
they
not.
might have disbanded.
They might have. No, it's not the Chippendale Cheaters. I don't know if they have a club name. Look, I got invited.
What's club? What's it called?
I don't know. It's Blav and Jodes and Jacob and Makeoff.
Damn, this is a pretty. This is all these little clubs.
Yeah. There's a lot going on, mate.
Yeah.
It's serious clubonomics.
There's
in
some
there.
serious politics going on in all these little groups, isn't there?
There's lots
How
of
do
little
I-
factions that
Yeah.
sort of.
How do I score myself an invite to? Some real business is going to get
Yeah,
done,
yeah.
hopefully, in these little.
So
these little
honored to have the
subcultures.
invite. Honored to be recognised by fellow runners that I'm also too a runner.
Yeah,
Honored to be recognised.
it's nice to be recognised for what
It
you
is-
know, appreciated even.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And look, did the bat go up quite defensively? Yeah, it did. Did the other members of the club work nights? No, they don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying
So
here?
you can't go.
I could go if you consider 5 hours sleep enough. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Well, I've been operating on for the last 3-4 days, 5 hours sleep.
Yeah,
6
and you're
hours
going to
sleep.
have a coma in the next night or two.
Yeah, tonight.
For how many hours you got penciled in?
Tonight's tonight, mate.
I thought last night was the night.
Nah.
Change it up.
Change it up. I think it'll be tonight. I think it'll be. Jeez. Forecast. I think forecast saying could be an 11-hour tonight.
Yeah.
Could be something juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I try and operate on a pretty consistent 8.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can still run.
I
You just have
know.
to get up. They just see, because me and you work casually. Everyone else has full-time jobs. So we have to, and because now we are the outliers compared to a couple of years ago when everyone else was also working casual.
Yeah.
So we have to change to their schedule.
Yeah. Which kind of sucks.
It does suck.
I would like to get up one morning and do it because you genuinely do feel better than everyone else.
You do. You actually feel great. We did a couple of laps this morning. I did feel good.
Maybe we can all get in a circle at the end and we can all sniff our own farts together.
That'll be, what a lovely way to start the morning.
Yeah, that'd be good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, nature's nang. Yeah, but that's awesome. Something on Saturday that happened that deserves a bit of a shout out and some praise. Had a friend who organised a walk. I don't know if you saw this on some people's
Oh,
stories.
I
and
did.
whatnot,
I
the
did.
March
What
for
was this
Mark.
about?
The March for Mark. One of our friends organised it for his dad, who sadly passed at the beginning of the year. Or
Last year.
end of last year, sorry. Apologies. And they raised, the goal was 10K and they raised over 20,000,
Wow.
which is awesome. And I think they were supposed to walk 30, but I think they ended up walking 37 Ks
Yeah, I saw that.
from Palmy to Manly. So that was pretty awesome. I'd worked the day before, so I had worked till late, so I couldn't get there for the start of it, and I had work that started at 2 on the Saturday. So I only went for maybe like an hour
Okay.
and a bit of the walk.
Where
but
did
it
you
was
walk from?
Mona to Narrabeen.
How did you logistically do that? Did you
Bus.
you bust from your
Bus
from Colorado?
Bus from Colorado to Mona, and then got the bus from.
Did you see them coming over the hill?
No, they're on the beach.
Okay.
So then I just got.
Were they like doing pit stops, like having swims and stuff, or were
No,
they
they
walking
just
on the
kind of
beach?
had like little morning teas. I think they had 2 morning teas, and then they ended at the office.
How long does 37 Ks take to walk?
Well, they started at 7, and they ended at 4, I think.
wow.
Or 4:30.
That's a while.
So
9 hours?
yeah, it takes a while. Does take a little while.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I would have loved to have stayed longer, but it was just cool to be a part of it, even for that small amount of time. But
Yeah. Were they raising money for a specific cause, or was it
Beyond
for the
Blue,
family?
Beyond Blue.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Who organised it? Ryan?
no, Nick did. Nick
Oh,
and like
of
his
course.
sister and his brother. And
Nice.
whatnot. So that was it was really cool, and I'm really happy that they ended up reaching their goal and quite exceeding it. And yeah, it was just cool.
Shout out to the lads.
Yeah, and good stuff. Like there was probably like 40, 50 people walking.
Yeah,
as well.
looked like a big
so
crew.
yeah. So like also shout out to everyone that got involved, helped out. Showed just a good bit of community spirit. You know?
Yeah. Awesome cause. Good
Yeah.
bit of Ed content coming out of the Ryan. Ryan page as
Well, you know, we just traded him for Ryan and Jared. You got Ed, and we got Ryan and Jared back on the
Yeah,
beaches.
true.
So you know, he's a man that you can get a fair bit of good content out.
Geez,
of.
that's a pretty shitty trade on your end.
Yeah. Well, it's like we signed Jared on pretty much what you might as well like a 1-month contract.
Yeah.
And we've got Ryan for a little while.
Indefinite.
But big trade,
Yeah.
big trade, massive trade.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a good trade.
Um,
Faction movement.
yeah,
of sorts.
it's pretty huge stuff.
I thought the window was closed, but apparently not.
Apparently not. Trade window is very much open. Now, while we're doing this walk, actually, funnily enough, that we are talking about Ed and Ryan, and our friend Nick, because we were talking about, for some reason, burns and, you know, what happens when you get bitten by a blue bottle and whatnot. And Injuries, kind of, in general, and treatment. And I think I brought it up. I was saying, what if you piss on it? Does that do anything? And then we were
Like in Surf's Up.
yeah, because I swear it's something like your dad would tell you, and you just kind of go, yeah, I believe that. No worries. You know, or someone would go, yeah, piss on it, because it sounds strange enough to be true.
Mm.
You know?
Mm.
Then, funnily enough, so we were debating saying not true, etc. Maybe I was just saying it was true just to be annoying.
Yeah.
Regardless. Yesterday, I did a first aid course, St. John's Ambulance.
Nice.
And, you know, it's a bit of a long day for anyone's done that course, but we had a great instructor. He's certainly adding an element of flamboyance to his craft, let's just say.
Sure.
You know, and therefore made it a very engaging experience.
Yeah.
You know? Let's just say that. It was quite engaging. It was interesting.
You're navigating the waters here to not get cancelled.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was just like it was a very fun first aid course, and I actually did find it engaging. And then I actually learned more than I thought, because I was then therefore like, you know, attaining information
Sure.
to what was going on in front of me.
From what sounds like one of the most fabulous first aid instructors of all time. Is that a good way to put it?
Absolutely.
What sort of like flair was he sort
Like,
of implementing here?
You know,
Was it just a little bit of like creative flair in sort of the way he's doing, you know, his what's
Yeah,
it called? Chest
yeah.
compressions?
okay, well one notable one for the chest compressions, that was definitely one of them. And then the other one was when like the checking for danger, when you like check for danger, you know, when at the start of your Dr. ABCD. You know, he was calling it the danger dance, and he was, but I'm saying he was going, check for danger, and then he had his arms up to the side, down below, and kind of like doing that, and it was quite the spectacle. And there was just other little things, you know, small heel kicks on other, I don't know, there was just little things.
Almost just
But then also switched it up from the very, like, being, like, adding it, that element of flamboyance and engaging it, to then being kind of serious at times as well, like super serious.
Yeah.
So it was kind of the best instructor you could probably want for the day, because it is a long day and there's a lot of content and a lot of watching videos and, you know, small talk with randoms, which just kind of sucks. Luckily, no one really wanted to talk which was awesome. I actually enjoyed that no one came up to me in the small breaks
Yeah.
and tried to start having small talk with me.
Yeah.
I very much appreciated that everyone kept their distance. Awesome.
Mm.
You know, not that I'm saying I don't like engaging with people. I just, I just wasn't in the mood,
That's fair.
and sue me.
That's fair enough.
But, I was doing this to get back to this point of the story, this first aid course, it's a long day. We get to the end. We're actually discussing what happens if you get stung by different animals, and there's like the 3 different, category of, or 3 treatments for 3 different types of bites. And the instructor goes, now for blue bottles, we do this, blah, blah, blah. And then he kind of gets us to answer these questions on our phone and then goes, now, does anyone have any questions? And as soon as he mentioned blue bottle 5 minutes previous, all I was thinking of asking him was, can you piss on a blue bottle sting? And I was sitting there and I think he could see the clogs turning in my brain. And he could see, and he kind of came right up to my table and went, questions? And I went, oh. And then I kind of was also thinking, I don't want to seem like an absolute freak in front of all these people and ask this question, but I also do really want to know, and I will never see any of them ever again.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went, no question. He goes, are you sure? I went, no. And he kind of turned away and went, wait, I do have a question. And then I said, I was having a discussion with my friends over the weekend. Can you pee on a blue bottle sting and does it make it better? And he said, no. He said, absolutely not. He said, never pee on it. He said, there's no point and it's just gross. He said, you'd need a pee concentration of 56% more for it to be effective, which means you'd have to be 56% or 56 times more dehydrated than like your normal level, which then for you'd be dead.
Do you know who could put out a blue bottle sting?
Each.
Yeah.
Each could definitely put out a blue bottle sting.
He's the golden fountain.
Yeah, he absolutely. But he was saying your pee had to be so concentrated it would be black to be able to make any real impact upon it.
I don't know. Give each one big weekend, mate.
I reckon he could. I reckon he could do a pretty good job. I would back him in too, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to get an answer on a question that's really burning in your brain. It's nice to get a bit of closure, and I got some.
Well, I'm glad you did,
courtesy of the St John's Ambulance. So not only did I get the certificate, but I also got that. So great.
And it sounds like a performance.
And a performance too. And I got a show. I literally got a show. So
good stuff.
Yeah, it was one for the ages. Absolutely one for the ages. Can I note something?
You can note something.
I don't know what's gone on in the last week or so, but there has been an episode of Better Homes and Gardens Erskineville shot in Cody's backyard because the place is looking absolutely spotless out there. It's looking fantastic. And all the plants are looking a lot nicer, greener. It's looking great.
Matt, I don't want to take too much credit here.
You don't want to sniff too much of your own.
I don't want to take too much credit. Obviously, the head of the house chores.
Yeah.
And by head of house chores, I mean
head of operations.
Head of operations. And by that, I mean I'm the only one that does them.
COO, Chief
And that's not
Operations
slander,
Officer.
but, I just stay on top of it more than the other guys do. I just do it before they probably even start thinking about it. Granted, I'm shocked that no one was thinking about the backyard because you had to basically get on all fours to get to the back gate.
You also had to bring a machete with you, so you had to clear the jungle.
Yeah, it was tough. And to think that we had people over a couple of weeks ago, looking back now, is honestly quite disgraceful. The yard was obscene. I even had my neighbour, who also happens to be my boss at work. No, different guy.
Oh, okay.
Different neighbour.
Oh.
Shout out to Jack if you're listening. Peek through our back fence. / I think he can see into our backyard from his house.
Right.
And one of the first things he acknowledged was how our backyard needed work.
Yeah.
Um,
What's an eyesore for him?
that got to my head pretty early on. Then my dad came over last week.
Oh, so your dad kind of
Dude.
read you the letter of the
yeah,
law, mate.
yeah. He's like, mate, you've got to do this like ASAP. And I was like, I know. It's been a busy couple of weeks, bruh.
Give me.
me
He would have
some-
hated that.
Yeah.
He would have hated that. He
So-
also hated your death row meal.
did he?
Yeah, he did.
What did he say?
He commented.
What did he say?
He just said, "Cody, that's awful. Thank you, Zen, for pulling him in line." Along those lines, I can't remember. I'm
I said-
paraphrasing a bit, but that's what he said.
Yeah, Dad's usually in the comments somewhere there or thereabouts.
Kill.
Look, I got it sorted. That's the bottom line here. I had to buy a whippersnipper, dude. Whippersnipper's fucking expensive.
Yeah, I'm yet to master the whippersnipper.
What do you mean master it?
Well, I can use it, but the thing is, I don't know how to refill the wire. And every time I've used it, maybe I don't know how to use it because every time I use one, the wire snaps or something happens, and I have to refill it, but I don't know how to.
On our one, you just spillage. Just spilled some water on the couch because I'm an idiot. On our one, you just pull it out.
That's it.
It's if it snaps, you just grab the end, and there's like a little lock. So you press the button in, and then just pull it out.
Mate, modern technology, eh? That's amazing.
I'm not saying that's what will happen on yours, but I'd say there's also a pretty high chance that that's how it works.
Okay. Well, I don't have one for the now because I live in an apartment.
We had to buy one, dude. $225. 225 sheets.
Wow. Fucking it's a lot of money.
Expensive. That's $75 each for the 3 roommates.
Did you buy it on Gumtree?
Nah. We bought our last one off Marketplace and it broke pretty quickly.
Oh,
So I was like, I'm going to Bunnings. I'm going to talk to someone and I'm going to let him sell it to me.
Yeah, good.
I'm going to go there with an attitude. I'm going to tap this card.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap this card.
It feels good to do.
Convince me.
That. Does it feel good to do?
Yeah.
You're not. See, I'm much more of a tapper. Oh, actually, I have something else to do. But I'm much more of likely to tap a card than
Yeah.
you will.
Yeah,
But
for
it feels
sure.
good to tap it, doesn't it?
It did. And the fact that we find and okay, you might be like, dude, you could just mow the lawn, sure. But what's the point of mowing when you can't do the most important
Yeah,
part?
which is
And the
the
edge had
edges.
been building because we've been mowing it and not snipping it. So the edges had got out of control to the point where I was like, I'm not gonna mow it unless I have a whip snipper.
Yeah.
Got the whip snipper, mowed, whip snipped, ripped out a bunch of weeds and stuff as
Got
well.
rid of the rats.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any since. I don't think they have anywhere to hide, so they're just not around as much.
Maybe it was like possums or something that were coming in.
No, it was rats.
Yeah.
Dad
it
saw
was.
him.
Oh,
Dad saw a rat. He was like, dude, you gotta
of
sort
course
this
he did.
Yeah, I know.
X-ray vision. and
GST on that, I don't know.
that. Yeah.
TVC.
I reckon potential for GST very high. Very high percentage of GST on that.
Yeah. So look, Scotty Cam would probably come over and put his hand on his hips
Yeah.
and nod his head. And, you know,
Beautiful.
that's not a big deal.
And that's good.
That's not a big deal. Onwards.
Onwards. You know, Better Homes and Gardens is the longest running show in the Southern Hemisphere. Did you know that?
Is it still going?
It is.
It's always to me just been like the B-Tech block.
No.
Do you remember Backyard Blitz,
Yeah,
actually?
dude. Well, that was before
That was the
block.
OG one, right?
Well, I think the block is getting cancelled because last year's one was awful. Bit of a fun fact. Maths has been good so far this year also.
I
Building-
think this might be the 3rd week running you've brought up math.
Building nicely. There's that many fucking dickheads on it this year. Sorry. There's that many dickheads on it this year that it's just good. And there's a couple people that could be potential villains. Waiting to see whether these villains link up or whether they go head to head. It's good when the villains become almost like a super duo on these shows, and then everyone will attack them and they'll decide to defend each other blindly, even though it just makes them look way worse. Fantastic.
It seems like the same sort of like, obviously, much like you bringing up maths. I've also been watching Survivor. You know, this is a big deal for me as I publicly don't really watch TV shows. But it's nice to get roped into one every now and then. And the whole concept of this Survivor is heroes versus villains. So there's a lot of it going on. A lot of like the social politics of like the villains and the heroes. And then there's heroes on the villain side because they're actually nice. And then there's dickheads on the hero side just because. Anyway, it's really good stuff.
Yeah, Survivor. You know what? I don't have room in my catalog for Survivor.
That's fine.
You know, I do watch a little bit of TV, but just I've never come round to it. I've not heard one person yet say, "Oh, I've watched the new Australian Idol." Have you?
No, I haven't even seen it or heard about it since you last brought it up.
I saw an ad. Well, that's all I've seen. I've not one person. I've not heard one person. Even when I've been eavesdropping on other people talking, I've never heard one person say, "Oh wow, yeah, that person on Idol last night was awesome." Even on the radio, literally like talkback radio, which usually is all over this kind of stuff. Not a thing.
Are you walking away from these things? Like are you listening to people having a conversation and walking away going, weird, no Australian Idol?
Yeah. Or it's not. It's it's not something I've been looking for necessarily, but that's made it's not caused a blimp on any of my radars. I've not been scanning for it, but I mean,
But upon reflection,
I've not heard anything about it.
yeah.
And it's kind of, it's tweaked my, brain.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just making a point. I think it's been a bit of a
Is
bust.
Australian Idol still on? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't
look.
know. I don't
To be confirmed, or probably one.
TBC. I don't know if anyone remembers the Great Shane Warne. Well, no, the Great Shane Warne had a TV show, the Shane Warne Show. Do you remember this? It went from I think it was like Thursday. It was like a 9 o'clock. It was like or 8:30 primetime slot on the Thursday night, and then the next week it went to Channel Go. Same time, and then it moved to 9 p.m. on Channel Go, and then it moved to Gem at 10 p.m., and then it was taken off air within 4 weeks.
What was on the show? What happened?
I don't know, it was just rubbish.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was the Shane Warne Show. That's what it's called. I remember watching the first episode and then never watching it
Yeah.
again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get into it.
Love and hate.
Yep.
Sorry.
I'll go.
Yeah, you go.
No, that was why. Sorry.
Oh, because I thought I interrupted. Thought you were going to do it.
No, I thought it was kind of cool how we kind of harmonized.
Oh, well, yeah, love
Lo-
and hate.
Love and hate.
Yeah, nice.
Nailed it.
Cody, you first.
Just leave.
Cody, you first.
My love this week. Look, if you know, you know. Carmen's muesli bars, dude. Particularly the iced coffee one. Look, what's the OG one? What's the main one? No, I think your one's not the main one. Dark chocolate and cranberry.
I think it is.
It's the other one. No, it's the one in the
No.
brown box that I always have.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
Anyway.
See, it can't be the main one because I
No,
don't know
it
what
is,
it
though.
is.
Just like when did
It's-
okay, Carmen's, I'll say this, absolutely dominating the muesli bar market.
Yeah.
I thought someone like Uncle Toby's would never be overthrown,
Mm.
but Carmen's have done it and they've done it aggressively.
Carmen's is the Serena tuna to the muesli bar game though, whereas Uncle Toby's would be the John West.
Nice.
Do you think?
Yeah. Happy to go with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy to go with that.
Mm.
I'm still more of just a Woolly Select operator across the board
That's
here.
fine. I'm not.
If I'm looking at oats, I'm not going Uncle Toby's, I'm going Woolly's home brand.
and then I would do the same,
Tuna, I'm also going Woolly's home brand.
unless it's on special.
I like buying things that are under $1 though.
Yeah,
It's
so
awesome.
do I. I'm a big. We love value.
It's almost like a little dopamine hit buying canned tomatoes and canned tuna 'cause it's like 80 cents.
Yeah,
It's like, These
exactly.
are basically free.
Pretty much, giving them away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love a bit of fucking. I'm a big canned tuna guy though. I do love it.
Straight from the
Yeah, the home brand rice crackers also great.
like the big ones?
No, just like the little ones, like
Water crackers?
like the Sakatar, like the home
oh,
brand.
rice
Sakatar.
crackers,
Yeah,
rice crackers. Yes. I'm with you. So I was
Great.
trying to work out what type of cracker you were talking
No,
about.
they're great. They're great.
What's your favorite? Okay, if you have a nice like charcuterie board, cheese, prosciutto, olives, the lot, the works.
Yeah.
What is your choice of cracker?
Ooh.
Not to be confused with biscuit. Biscuits have chocolate,
No.
cream,
No,
etc.
I actually made a charcuterie board for Christmas.
How do you spell charcuterie?
I'm the wrong person to ask. You know that. I would get some Jats crackers, and then I'll just get some original rice crackers, probably Sakatars.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I would get for sure.
I'm more of a water cracker.
Mm.
The cheese does the heavy lift for you.
Okay.
You don't need the buttery Jats to come in and steal the show, mate.
But you do. But they just, mate. They're just good. They just
Look, this is one of those things that Kel like ingrained into me from a very young age. Much like not eating bread before dinner. Like garlic bread before dinner was always a no-go in the Bryan household. As are Jats. You know, they were. In fact, I could almost put my life on there being an ensuing blow up if a box of Jats was open.
simply just appeared in the
Yeah,
cupboard.
yeah,
Things
Yeah.
going straight back into the bin.
yeah. You'd hear that from upstairs.
Okay. Well, not in the Russell household. Jats and saladas.
Ritz?
Nah, not Ritz.
They're the same thing, bro.
Yeah, but we're mate. Jats are more classy.
I'd argue if I put down a Ritz and a Jats, you wouldn't be able to tell me which one was which.
Yes, 100% could. 100% could tell you the difference. 100%. 100. I'm not. That's not even cap. That's 100%.
What if I threw in a home brand one as well? Could you tell me all three? Does the home brand do Jats?
Well,
They would, wouldn't they?
They'd be missing out on money if they did. But
Some serious market share.
yeah, I think.
Untapped market share.
Sure.
might I add.
I do a taste test. I'll be able to tell you.
Much like all the beers that we used to do. Fun fact. Okay.
Beer taste.
Without getting too sidetracked here.
More than we already are.
Yeah, we're severely sidetracked already.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest advocate for you can't tell me the difference between like a VB, a New, and a Carlton and a Resch's.
I can't.
The people can't.
I
The people can't.
To be fair, I think I could tell the difference. I would know what one's a Carlton.
This
The other ones I wouldn't be so sure.
Yeah, this is what everyone says, and I hear you. Everyone reckons they can identify their own
But
beer.
Carlton is my favourite beer.
Everyone says this. I just don't. I think if you stood there with a Carlton and a Tooheys New and you went sip, sip, you could figure it out. But I reckon if I put a beer down, one of the four, you couldn't tell me confidently whether it was a Carlton or not. I don't reckon you could sip it and put it down and go Carlton. I don't think you could tell the difference.
I think I could. I honestly think I could.
I really don't. I just
Yeah.
don't believe it.
I think I could. No, I do.
And everyone, I know people listening are going to be like, yeah, I could tell. I could tell a VB. I could tell a VB. I stood there the other night with Blav after soccer,
And did
after OzTag. I got a New, he got a VB. He's the same. He's like, I could tell a VB. And we went there and we stood there and we went sip, sip. And he was still adamant that he was like, oh, you know what? Like, I still think I could tell VB. But he still had to go sip, sip, and then think about it and then sip. There was nothing reassuring.
not definitive.
No, there's nothing definitive about it, Blav, if you're listening. And he'll admit that. He'll be the first to walk up and admit that. And that's fair enough.
That
I'm
is
just
fair.
saying I'm on the train that if I put a beer down in front of you, I reckon I could put down a Resch's and you'd try and confidently go, yeah, Carlton. I would go, no.
I don't think I would. I honestly don't think I would.
Okay.
I
don't know how you test this.
You
Maybe
just-
one night at the pub I'll come up to it with you with a beer.
Yeah.
And it's hard for you because you're just saying Carlton or no Carlton.
Yeah.
I've got to go, yeah, is this a Carlton or not?
Yeah. I think I could easily do it.
And because the thing is, if you answer it quickly and you get it right, you'll just go, yep, see, told you.
Yeah.
But if you answer it quickly and get it wrong, you just go, oh, no.
Oh no, give me another sip. I only had one sip, dude.
No, you didn't even let me answer. You didn't even let me think.
Dude, no, like I was just saying the options out loud. Yeah, but Carmen's music bars are pretty good, hey?
They are
Yeah,
good.
they're pretty great.
What's your love this week, Xander?
Kids meals. Kids meals at pubs, big advocate for it. Not only are they much cheaper, they're also about the same size as the adult meal. And that's
At the right pub.
at the right pub, at most pubs, to be fair. You know, and they're just simply delicious and they're easy. You don't have to, you spend half the money. You know, pub prices for food. I don't know whether this is an international thing, but I'm aware that in Sydney, you know, apparently it's actually illegal to charge anything under $25 for an adult meal.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So, you know, you do the math.
What
Kids'
is-
meals are $10 to $12 usually.
Dude, a schnitty from
And you
Wood-
get an ice cream.
a schnitty from
And you get
Woods.
an ice cream.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
If it's too long of a bow to draw to say that kids' meals are the same size as adult meals, I'd get that. However, they're a great alternative.
But they're massive.
They're
most
just a
of these
light
kids.
snack.
Yeah, but like if you're having beers already, if you're at the pub having a few beers, one, you don't want to try to spend too much money. Two, if you're having a beer already with your food, that's already going to take up a little bit of room, you know? So, just get a little kids meal. Save yourself a couple dollars, and then get into the Lord's work afterwards.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
a
I'm
little
fully
pit
with you
stop,
on this.
like a little pit stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy to pay 11 sheets for, a kid's cheeseburger.
I'm very happy
But I
to do that.
certainly shan't be paying 25.
Simply shame.
I'd have to be on the wrong side of 5 beers to do that.
Yeah.
Or the right side, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, true that. So, hey. But yeah, all over it. Love them.
What's your go-to? Do you have like a pub? Do you have a pub that you're thinking of right now with a specific?
The Hilton, their kids' meal's pretty good.
All of them, or like one in particular?
The cheeseburger there is pretty good.
Yeah.
Although I did give it a bit of slander last week. Its kids' meals are very good, and they let you order it if you're an adult. So,
I like when people come up and ask if there's like a rule.
Yeah, I think it should be illegal for there to be a rule. Like you can't
Yeah, that's a
know,
scam.
That is a
scam.
that is a scam. That is
Yeah,
a scam.
That's a scam.
That's like saying I can't go and buy women's clothes.
Yeah.
Is it available at your store for me to buy? Yes. All right, perfect. I want to buy it.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like I'm literally giving you money.
Yeah, money's money. Don't Isn't the cut? Well, I know this is kind of counterintuitive to what we were saying the other week, but isn't the customer always right? I'll play that card when it suits me. Hey,
We work on
when
our
it go-
narrative, mate. We work on our
yeah,
narrative.
like when it goes against me, I hate that narrative. But when it's going well for me, yeah, mate, customer is always right. Yeah. Just when it conveniences me most. Do you ever hate this week?
My hate this week, I got some beef to take up with the Sun this week.
The sun.
The Sun.
Wow, that's a powerful enemy. That is a powerful enemy you're making.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you might have a glance at my glorious Scottish complexion
Whiteness.
and be like, "Did you spend too many days at the beach?" No, I didn't. In fact, I haven't been to the beach for like 2 weeks. I did, however, leave a pair of Afen's cargo pants on the washing line for a day too long, and the whole backside of them has faded. The sun's faded them in a day.
Can I back up the sun here? This actually sounds like a bit of a you problem.
Yeah, I know. Like, I get it. It's on me. I should have taken my washing off, but it was wet still.
It was wet and it's still sun.
So I probably hung it out. I think I hung it out at night. Which I know is kind of silly, but whatever. It's just the time I did my washing. Hung my washing out at night. Went out the next day, got all my washing off. Heavier cut pants,
Okay.
nice thick fabric. Still wet.
Is that not these ones?
No. Still wet. Left them out for a whole nother day.
Yeah, right.
And I might not have got them off until like 3 or 4 p.m. the next arvo.
Right.
So it was a full 24 hours of sunnage.
You're just trying to maintain some good life admin, and the sun's come out and
Yeah.
bit you on the arse.
And they're kind of like a faded pair of... They're the colour's actually slate.
Right.
So they're like a faded blue colour anyway.
Right.
Almost to the point where I can continue wearing them and it's not that
So
noticeable.
you can't tell.
Or you can tell. Like if you're looking, but how often are you like... Probably if I was sitting here in the room next to you, you would notice.
Right.
But if we were at the pub, you wouldn't notice.
No.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking annoying, dude. And I just bought those pants.
How much were they?
They were half price, but I still think they were like 70. I bought them on Boxing Day.
Can you get a return on them?
I don't know.
Do you have the receipt?
No, I doubt it.
Probably not.
I
Then.
doubt it.
Mm.
And even still, like you say, it is on me. I did leave them in the sun. I just thought, 2 days wouldn't fade.
You could take them back and be like, oh, they've already faded in the wash.
And they're
Have
going
a
to go,
look.
where's your receipt? You're going to go, I don't have it.
Just get up the internet. Do they email you a receipt?
They did email me a receipt.
Just lie, mate. Just lie to them.
But it's like the whole backside is
Just-
covered.
just
to the point there's a
lie.
line up the side.
Just lie. Just say something. Just say they came like this and you didn't realize until like today that they were already like that.
Do you reckon I should email Athens? I wonder if it says that I bought them in the store. Because I
Nah,
bought them in store.
Even if it says that, just go in and just say, oh, I didn't realize when I bought them, but they have this fadedness on them. And I went to put them on the other day and I realized. Just say that. And then if they go, did you leave it in the sun? Say no. Just say I live in an apartment block and my only washing line's under my balcony, which is in shade. Just lie, mate. Boom.
Well,
I made that. It's not even my thing. I just made it up.
I'll
in 2
show you the
seconds.
pants after the pod. and you can tell me what you think.
Mm.
If you think that lie is viable or not.
The thing is, it doesn't matter if it's not whether it's like, it's just got to be good enough. Because think about this, you work casual at a Fens, right? I come in to lie to you about the pants that I'm going to return. Do I really care that much about your backstory? You know, it's just got to be seal-proof tight for about 2 questions. I'm going to go, oh, thing, oh, and then you're going to answer and go, oh, what is that thing? You're going to boom, and then it's done. Okay, fine. Get the manager, boom. This guy needs a thing.
And what's the worst that can happen, right? They say no.
They go, oh, no, we can't. And the other thing, I'll get you a new pair.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Because I really like the pants too.
Mate, it's just like a little white lie.
I even got a compliment on the pants the other day. This is pre-fade, obviously.
Yeah, just, I reckon just
Okay.
Just
Well,
not-
I've got to take it up with our fans.
just cook something up.
Either way, they're going to get cooked on one of the most popular podcasts of all time, if not next week.
There'll be
Stay tuned.
some consumer review. We'll be doing a live consumer review or Google review on the podcast for Fens clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In particular, their slate cargo pants.
Oh mate, we'll be having a fucking right go. Talk about
Your hate?
people having a go. Yep, my hate this week. I will say, I'll say Valentine's Day. 2 years in a row, Valentine's Day. What is it?
What?
No, well, not having a Valentine's
Sure.
Day, should I say?
An
That's the
uneventful
words.
one.
An uneventful Valentine's Day, 2 years in a row. It's not a trend I'm enjoying, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I'm seeing people on this story, oh, Valentine's Day, good for you. Wow. So, so happy for you guys. Awesome. What a day. Am I salty? No. Not at all.
Look, I didn't want to bring it up.
No.
I didn't want to bring it up.
Am I no, I'm not. Dude, I'm sweet. I'm sweet. What are you doing for Valentine's Day tonight?
This is actually, on the contrary, my first Valentine's Day.
What are you going to do?
My first Valentine's Day of my 23 years on God's green earth.
Good time to start.
Happy to be here. Happy to be involved.
Yeah, how are you finding the experience?
It's been good.
Yeah.
Kate and I went out for dinner last night.
Smart. Don't do it on actual Valentine's
Eyes up.
Day. Yeah.
Was that also the fact that I only realised it was Valentine's Day last Friday? Yeah, maybe.
What? Really?
Well, I didn't think about it. Dude, I've never thought about Valentine's Day ever.
That's a good point.
Kate said to me yesterday, she's like, how could you not think about it? I'm like, dude, I've never thought about it ever.
Yeah, it's not really come into the realm.
No.
for you. Yeah. But it was good.
And that's fine. We had a great evening. We had a swell
Where
evening.
did you go?
We went to, what's it called? Best Gourmet. It's like a nice dumpling place on King Street.
Yeah, right.
It's not nice. It's very casual vibes, but the food's fucking awesome.
Really?
Yeah, really nice.
Mm.
We had a great time.
I tell you, we'll be getting a good run tonight.
What?
Italian bowl.
Oh yeah, dude.
Mate, it'll be chaos. It's chaos usually in there. It will be absolutely going gangbusters tonight.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And then I think we're just gonna have a chill one tonight. I think Kate will be absolutely ropeable that Oztag is gonna be called off because of the rain.
No way, we can't spend Valentine's Day watching you play Div 2 Oztag. No way. That's exactly what I wanted to do. No, Cody, no. This is the worst news ever. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sure she will be very upset.
Yeah. She'll be fuming.
Is
She'll be
there-
absolutely fuming.
Did you already get her some flowers, or are there any flowers on the cards for tonight?
I have not yet purchased flowers.
Better get onto that one.
Yeah, dude. What time is it? 2:30. I got 3 hours to figure that out.
Yeah, be right.
3 hours.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about. Kate listens to this pod. I hope she doesn't listen to it on the way home from work. Here, I'll just upload it after she gets it.
Yeah, smart.
I got her a present. We didn't talk about presents, but I got her a present. It hasn't come. It's not going to come today.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the present is good enough that the fact that it's going to come 3 days late
He's going to make amends
is going
for
to
it.
make up for it.
What did you get, or you don't want to say?
I'm not going to say because she'll listen to this potentially before she receives the
okay.
present.
Okay.
I can tell you after.
So that's you. That's actually quite nice. You're dropping a little hint for her and covering your own base because you're technically saying it before you see her on Valentine's Day.
What do you
You've
mean?
done two things there.
What have I done?
You've done two things. You've kind of quite nicely teased that, yeah, I'm a good boyfriend. I got her a present, and she might not have gotten me one.
Yeah.
And then you've also covered yourself on the fact that you're saying before you have organised something before,
Yeah.
even though it's not currently ready.
Yes.
Smart,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know,
smart.
it's forward thinking.
It's a
isn't it?
two-pronged play.
Yeah.
well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually more prongs to that fork.
Oh wow!
But I can't.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'll tell you-
multi-pronged play.
The only reason I can't say it is because it will give away the present.
Yeah,
but I will.
okay, that's
I'll
fair.
tell you off,
That's fair.
off
That's
air
fair. Okay.
the extent of all 4 prongs.
All right. I'm all for a good pronging. So here we go. It's I'm liking what I'm hearing. Shall we move on?
We'll move on. Okay.
I really like this. What you wrote just there.
Okay.
Yeah. What's this?
What sort of response do you expect from someone when you send them a TikTok or an Instagram video, a meme of some sort? What sort of response do you expect back? Because I personally, I've been pulled up by people for having subpar responses, and then other people just give me very sort of relaxed responses, and I'm fine with it. So I'm just when you send someone a response, when you send someone something, what do you expect back? What do you hope for? Does it depend on the person?
I think it depends on a couple criteria. I think it depends on who you're sending it to, the frequency of how often you send them things, and the quality of what you're sending them. I think it is based on all 3 aspects.
Can you walk me through those?
Okay. Who you're sending it to? How close are you to this person?
Yep.
Are you, do you is it more of a niche friendship kind of thing where you're acquainted, you know each other, but you just saw it and you kind of sent it to them?
It's like a friend from an old job.
Yeah, or something like that, or like an old joke kind of thing.
Yep.
Or it could be your best mate,
Yep. Your sister.
Yeah, And then that leads up to the second point. How frequently do you then send this meme or video or whatever? Because I could send you 2 a day, but I could send you 1 every 3 months. And of course, if I send 1 every 3 months, you're going to come back with a bit more of a reply.
Because it's nice to hear from you.
Yeah. But if you're sending them every day, the minimum requirement I would say is, if you send 1, react to 1. If you send 2 or more, at least one of them must get a 1 react.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
And if you're not getting any reacts, then you then need to review category 1 because maybe you're actually not that good friends with the person that you think.
Yeah. Or you look forward into category 3 and you go, what do you have to do like quality assurance?
Yeah. Well, category 3 is what are the quality of memes, videos, photos that you're sending people? Is the quality just not there and that's why you're not getting the reaction? Or is, because if they were of a high standard, you'd be seeing at least 1 react on those bad boys.
Yeah. At least.
And that's what you look for minimum as someone, because we're all prone to it. We'll send out a couple more than we should maybe on a day.
Yeah.
Maybe we spend, another hour extra on Instagram that we shouldn't have. The group chat gets pampered with videos. Happens.
Yeah.
But you want to see at least 1 or 2 of those get a little react or
And
a little ha 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 ha.
For sure. For sure.
Even if
A crying laughing emoji at least.
goes a long way.
Yeah.
Goes a long way. But if you're getting absolute nada, absolute zip from the individual or the group chat on what you're sending,
Nilch.
just maybe just have a review of yourself and the criteria I've just mentioned. Could be important.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, if you flick back through those TikToks, you think you've nailed sort of the clientele and the quality of the TikTok. I think you need to look back to category 1.
Yes.
And reflect on your relationship with said person.
Yeah, I think it's very important to reflect through the steps as well and the categories. And that would also be my number 1 recommendation to people who feel like they're not quite seeing the response they would like. It's tough out there, but you got to know who your friends are.
Nice.
Yeah. Is that a good answer?
That's a great
Do you like
answer.
that answer to that
That's
question?
a great answer. And although I had never vocalized that before, I think you've nailed it on the head.
Yeah, thank you.
3 categories.
I think I think I've done all right there. Not to again sniff my own farts, but it is chronic. I think I've done quite a nice job.
It's a chronic disease.
Yeah, you know, it's once you start, it's hard to stop.
Yeah.
It's like heroin.
Yeah.
Next up, this is more of a burning question, pun intended. Can your legs get sunburnt? The serious hard hitting. Why did we write that down? That I tried to make that sound as good as possible, but you know, upon a quick review, maybe we should have just skipped that and gone to the back page.
We may as well get into it while we're here.
Like we've already G'd it up that much. Like I gave it such a good segue. Also, I really, really built that up just to say that. What a waste. Anyway, yeah, can your legs get sunburned? No, mine kind of just go a little bit numb.
I don't reckon.
But sometimes in the car, because I have quite the, let's just say, significant body tan, cigarette legs, if you will.
Does this again lean into your pin
Maybe
situation?
maybe,
Slash
just yeah,
distaste for your own pins?
yeah, maybe a little bit. And you know, in the car sometimes, if the shorts creep up on a longer drive and it's a hot day, through the car windshield, I'll get out of the car and like there's like a band of red. But that's about the only time I can think of. It's like
When I said legs, I was more thinking calves.
right.
Because my calves and my shins and my ankles and my feet, generally speaking,
I think-
actually, I would say just legitimately speaking, don't get sunburned.
Well, I think they're harder to burn because they're always moving.
But what about when you're lying down in the?
That's not right. Sorry. Yeah.
What about when you're lying down in the sun?
Look, I think
Because I don't sunscreen my legs.
yeah. Mine, they don't really get burnt. They don't get burnt. They get maybe a little bit crispy. Is the best way to describe them. Like afterwards, they're a bit tender.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's because of the amount of hair you have on your legs.
Yeah. I'm not super hairy though.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
My
Maybe.
legs are quite hairy.
It blocks
maybe
it a little
which
bit.
is maybe
It
why I don't
blocks
get
a little
sunburned.
bit.
Reach out.
Reach out if you know if legs can get sunburnt or not. Please inbox us. We'd desperately love to know. This is, you know, this is really
This is the Barflies podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah. This is the real stuff.
Thanks for joining us.
Back page.
Holy shit, is that an hour 11?
That's an hour 11, but we had one little break
okay.
where you went to the toilet. Okay, sorry.
Thanks for clarifying that. For
TMI.
Back page. It'd be nice having a little, again, just to touch base with the teaser. Be nice having a little music segue this
Little
time
breakup
next week.
Little breakup sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that will be good actually. I mean, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Barflies is going legit this year, dude.
You don't even know it's coming. You've got no idea for, you know, the storm that is the Barflies podcast.
Do you know that scene in Night at the Museum where he's talking to the monkey and he's telling him there's a storm coming?
Wait, Ben Stiller is?
Yeah, Ben Stiller.
Oh,
I
and
could
he's
be
like,
making that up, but I think
and
it
he's
happened.
trying to like scare.
He's
He's trying to scare the
He's like,
monkey.
there's
Yeah,
a storm coming.
yeah. That's us. That's us right now.
And the Barflies are the monkey.
Mm.
No, the freaking flies are the monkey.
Correct.
Where Ben Stiller,
Correct.
freaking flies are the monkey.
Correct. Yep.
Gotcha.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's rip.
Do you want to start us off here?
Okay. First off, as per usual, bit of rugby lug.
Yep.
My keynote for this week, although it is trials, I just feel like watching the Roosters I can't help but just get more absorbed into the hype and the thought that this year they're going to win it all. I just don't see them, you know, fully fit, and they've had 3 years of rubbish injuries, like rubbish, you know, and they've got a team with youth, team with experience, team with skill, team with speed. I just think even I think I don't know. Just the
They're
team
so
this
legit.
year is so legit. The team is just out of control. Looking at it,
How's this as well? This has just come to me. Their spine is going to be all but unaffected through Origin. The only person that's going to be missing is Teddy, and Joey Manu is going to go to fullback.
oh,
So the Roosters are going to be. Think about that.
Stop
So
it.
their spine through Origin: Manu, Kiri. Granted, Sam Walker, if he's in really good form, might be in Queensland camp, so he might be out. Maybe. I'm thinking here. Brandon Smith, New Zealand. Victor Radley, recently declared
England player.
Brit.
Mate.
They're going to be unaffected, mate.
That team is going to be.
I can't
beast.
see Tupou playing again this year. Adokar will have to go back in.
Yeah, I can't see two.
Suwali might be there.
Dude, if anyone's, I was gonna say if anyone's gonna play on the wing, it'll be Suwali, but might even get picked over Tupou this year. But I can't see. I can see, even if Tommy or Latrell were injured, Matt Burton's gonna be playing centre
And Whiten.
or Whiten, and then the left, and then if Burton's gonna be playing centre, the Fox is gonna be on the left or Toto.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Mate, Toops is done. And if he's not, Xander and I actually will be coming down even heavier and harder with the Freddie slander this year.
Yeah.
If that team selection isn't on point for game one, we're going to be coming in
Mate,
hot. We're going to be
I'm
coming
Freddie
in
out.
hard.
I'm big on the Freddie.
I'm Freddie out too,
I'm
bro.
Freddie out.
He's too rogue. He's too rogue. I'm
He's-
happy to have him in and around the camp. Obviously, he's really good at bringing through the junior players and identifying young talent. But
His X Factor has backfired on us.
yeah,
Too much X Factor.
and he just does. We always talk about Queensland picking and sticking, and New South Wales just doing too much. And Freddie epitomises that, unfortunately.
Too much X Factor. Stick to the script. The script works for a reason. Anyway. Yeah. But I'm pumped to see the Roosters. I'm pumped to see them just come out, and I think they're going to absolutely obliterate a few teams.
Yeah.
And think about even their bench is awesome this year.
Do you know who they've got round one?
Who? The Dolphins. Oh.
Poor guys.
But to be fair, let's just go to the trials quickly.
Yeah.
In relation to this, the Dolphins played not bad. That young guy, that Katoa bloke.
The half?
Yeah?
Yeah.
He looked pretty good.
Yeah, he's legit.
He looked pretty good. I'm interested to see where they go with Sean O'Sullivan, Milf, and him. Because they all can all play 6'7", and they all, but who do you pick?
Haven't seen much of Katoa. By the looks of it, you'd surely go I feel like you'd surely go Sean O'Sullivan in there because
Sean
he's a
O'Sullivan-
structured half, right?
Sean O'Sullivan must. Even when he was at the Panthers, although that Panthers team is awesome and the system is awesome, he was great.
He did a job, yeah.
And even when he was at the Warriors, who, weren't playing that well, he was one of their best players for that half a year he played there. He was their best player.
Yeah, he's got to be there.
I think he's got a bit of ticker about him.
I think this week we'll see more legitimate lineups from the teams, and they'll be close to what their round one team will look like, which will actually be at 5 p.m. this afternoon. Team list Tuesdays are back. Xander and I will absolutely have our mitts all over Supercoach.
Oh mate, I'm tinkering like nothing you've ever seen before in your life with the Supercoach. It's out of control. But
So it'll be interesting to see who's named at 7 for the Dolphins this afternoon.
yeah,
is my point.
Yeah. Or for every team, there's a lot of lineups.
I'm actually ravenous now that I've thought about it. It's so exciting.
I'm pumped. Isn't it 3:30? It comes out, not 5:30.
I think it's 4. 4 o'clock.
Okay.
I
Anyway,
Anything?
trials. Anything to note from the trials that you saw? Jake
Um,
Preston. Jake Preston scored, mate. He turned up for the doggies.
Who is Jake Preston? Is he the guy they signed, the half they signed?
No, he's a forward they signed. He was the Roosters he was the Roosters reserve grade player of the year, best and fairest or something last year. Ex Saints boy.
I have
Couple
no
years below
idea.
me.
Okay, I'm just getting out and say I have no. This is the first time I've heard about him.
Look out for him. That's all I'm gonna
So
say.
front rower.
Second rower, I think. Look out for him. He's gonna be. I think if they get a couple injuries this year or suspensions of doggies, I think you'll be seeing him play off the bench or maybe even start a game later in the season. Conditions pending.
Origin period maybe.
But just keep an eye out for him. I think he's going to be a gun.
Dogs will be good to watch this year. Geez, Reed looked comfortable, didn't he?
Yeah.
He looked comfortable. He
Yeah.
looked good in a Dogs jersey
He
too,
did.
just quietly.
He's got a bit of that when you think of the Dogs and you think of like the Dogs of War and the
Yeah,
classic
he does have a
Bulldogs
bit of that
teams,
about him, doesn't he?
there is like a bit of mongrel about them.
Yeah. He's a filthy Queenslander as well. It
Yeah.
just kind of works.
And it just suits. So I think
Great signing.
yeah, and like him and Josh Reynolds as well being there.
Things you love to see.
Oh mate, I'm frothing that Josh Reynolds is back. One of the most, people forget that bloke ended Queensland's dynasty. Let's just be real. He ended it. Everyone forgets what great work he's done. Forgotten in the sands of time of rugby league. But not by me.
No.
Not by me. Him and Mick Ennis on the same team playing Origin?
Yeah.
Are you for real? Of course we won.
I think Robbie played that season.
There's only so much you can rattle someone before they lose their minds. And like I remember at the end of one of the games, Jonathan Thurston like choking him on the ground.
Yeah.
Mate, he's so good.
The dog got to the cats, mate.
Well put. Absolutely.
The thing you love about Josh Reynolds is like he's not that outstanding of a rugby league player, but he'll do a shitty kick, but he will be the first one to it. Like he will kick and he will be the first one chasing it down there to tackle the guy.
Yeah.
Like he's just awesome.
He's a gritty is the best way to put it. He's serious grit about the way he plays. And I've always liked it, so I'm keen to see him back. Trials, it was interesting. There was 2 ties in the games. Reece Walsh looked pretty good. Apparently he has an injured eye socket. Word on the street. Could be out for round 1. Ryan Pappenhausen expected to be out till round 10 or 9.
Yeah. Don't think that's anything.
But I don't even think he'll be back for then. I think he'll be back later.
Yeah.
I don't even think
You don't
that's
rush that.
no.
He's still pretty young.
At
least an injury like that, I feel like as opposed, and this is a total vibe thing. Total vibe thing. We need to call Anthony De Lorenzo. An injury like that seems more like, as opposed to doing your ACL or your hamstring, it doesn't seem like an injury that's going to be reoccurring.
No.
I think once they've answered the question of will he get back to full fitness, it'll be more about confidence and moving
mental.
forward.
Yeah.
As opposed to like your ACL or hamstring, like Tommy's going through at the moment, it's like, is it going to happen again? Every single time it's like, it might happen again, it might happen again.
But like, how often does someone fracture their knee in 12 places?
Yeah,
Doesn't happen very often compared to an ACL or a hammy, which happen every year.
Yes.
And there's such a method to treat them.
Exactly.
And you can go to a specialist, but there's probably not many, obliterated knee specialists out there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
though?
no,
Like,
totally.
So it's like
that's
it's a
what I'm
tough
saying,
injury
like-
to treat. Like it's not a small injury, unfortunately for Ryan Pappenhausen and the Storm.
That's what I'm saying though. It's like the question is more like, will he ever get back? It's not about like rushing him back too early because he's going to re-injure it. It's like we just need him to get back to full health before he goes back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
I think
We're agreeing in a roundabout way.
yeah. I think he'll get there. I back him. I hope he does. He's such a good player to watch. Yeah.
We want this era of fullbacks to just continue to
Yeah.
just drive.
I want to see where he goes.
And
in
we've
the
got
future.
2 fullbacks in Manu and Suali like locked up in other positions as well.
Yeah,
which is
I know.
tough. I really want Joey. I just want to see Joey Manu playing fullback or 5'8" every week. I want him. I just want him to. Like I'm sick. He's like, how long has he been playing centre for? Like
He
since
doesn't
20.
even play center anymore though. He plays
just
he
roam.
plays center and defense.
Yeah, just
But he
roam up.
plays
Yeah.
in attack. He's allowed to go wherever he wants.
Oh, I love Joey.
He
Manu.
literally would pick the ball up from dummy half a lot of the time during the game.
Yeah.
You'll see him get in there. He just picks up dummy half runs.
Yeah.
And he'll run more meters than most forwards. But yeah, again, Supercoach reminder. Get in there. If you want to.
We'll put something on our story.
Yeah, we'll put something on our story to remind you, but also remind us in case we forget because it's important. Here we go. Bit of cricket, as
I
you
don't think there
know.
was any cricket on. We can just glance past that.
Is
there cricket on last week?
Unfortunately, there was a bit of cricket on last week,
I
and
don't-
it was shocking. The Border Gavaskar Trophy Test 1 at Game 1 at Nagpur, India.
Can I say this?
What?
Bit of Freddie Fittler about the team selection.
You're not wrong. You're actually not wrong. Why was Travis Head dropped? Usually you can get your mitts on a bit of information surrounding that information. There wasn't. There was none. I think the only reason they said it is because he doesn't have a good average against spin in the middle order. But neither do his two replacements, and he's got a better regular test average than both of them. And he's coming off the form of his life.
Literally
And
coming off
bowls-
one of the great summers of all
And
time.
also can bowl some decent off spin. Why did you drop him? Who knows? Very silly, I reckon. My only theory would be that they were just kind of playing all these new players in game one and going, okay, let's play them. Game one, they've absolutely doctored this pitch. This is going to be an absolute blowout. We know it. Our batting's going to be substandard. We're not going to be ready. Let's just play some newbies, let them fight for their spots. Todd Murphy, hello, 7 for on debut,
Are you kidding?
mate, unreal.
But before we, move on here, if that is the point, what a negative mindset to go in with.
Yeah, I know.
Again, speculation. This is just speculative. That we're just trying
Yeah.
to work out what's going on here.
That's the only defense for it I can find.
And if that is the defense, that's fucking pathetic. To be completely
it's
honest.
awful. But all the players are saying that Steve Smith said it. He was like, "Yeah, we literally came out and played the wrong way in Nagpur. Like we weren't aggressive enough. Not playing enough shots. Too scared." Mate, India have got us locked up in a realm of head noise.
Can you talk to me about Dave Warner real quick?
Look, Look, as impressive that 200 was, if you were to look at his last 10 test innings or more, maybe 15, I don't think many of them, apart from that 200, I think he would probably average 25 if you were really looking at it. And, two pretty bad dismissals in the first game. I think they'll drop Renshaw. Apparently he's injured. I think Dave Warner will get another crack. But, yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing. No one's really good enough to playing.
Yeah,
no one's playing good enough.
to take
Look,
his
if Renshaw
spot.
was out there averaging 45, 50, maybe different story. But
Usman didn't bat well either, to be fair.
no, I know. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Warner's kind of been on this sort of
Steady decline.
I would say rapid.
Yeah.
I would say pretty rapid decline, particularly over the last 12 to 24 months or whatever. And yeah, granted, if Renshaw was out there swinging his hog around, maybe we'd be having a different conversation. But it's like if you drop Warner at this stage,
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
Mm.
What do we for who?
Yeah,
who?
there's no one to go.
Granted, I understand that Renshaw is the next waiting in line. Well, show us, mate. Do you know what I mean? Show us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Show us you
Yeah,
deserve that spot,
exactly.
sort of thing. And that's kind of unfair on Renshaw. He's got to go over there and bat on that fucking Indian track, whatever. No one's batting well over there.
Well, Cam Green's supposed to come back for this second test. So Cam Green and Mitchell Stark, or possibly Mitchell Stark as well.
Well, is Scotty not going to play?
I'd say you'll see Scotty come out, Starkey go in, and Cam Green go in for.
No Trav still.
Okay, let me recalculate.
Are they going to keep Hanscom? Is that what they're saying?
Oh, I reckon, pretty crafty 30. If I'm looking for a positive, still didn't bat well, but made a pretty good 30.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking.
I reckon they keep him in.
Because in that sense, then only one of Green and Head can come in,
I reckon you might even see, if Stark isn't sweet, you could just see Cam Green coming back and then him be the second pace bowler, then picking Travis Head, and then them also picking, so who would that be? Dropping Renshaw.
Dropping Renshaw and Boland, yeah.
I just think Ashton Agar needs to be somewhere in this team, if I'm being honest.
For who, though? They've already got 2 spinners in there now. You're going to play 3 spinners? You're not going to drop Todd.
I'm not dropping Todd. I'm not dropping Gaz. I'm not dropping Cummins. I just think, because then even if you have Travis Head, okay, so then you have 3 right-handed off-spin bowlers. So you're hitting the Indian attack with the same thing every time. India have got such an array of spinners, which is why they're so good, because they all bowl so differently, and have spin the ball different ways, bowl it in different mannerisms. It's very similar, these 3 Australian possible spinners. That's why I think Agar needs to play in these games, because similar to Steve O'Keefe when he bowled over there, he adds a point of difference to Australia's attack.
Yeah.
And when you have, in this first game as well, you've 4 right-handed bowlers. You got Scotty, you got Paddy Cummins, you got Todd Murphy, you got Nathan Lyon, and you got also, that's your 4 main bowlers, all right-handed. And then you've also got right-hander, Marnus, Smith, right-hander, The only one who bowled that wasn't a right-hander was Matt Renshaw, and I think he bowled 2 overs the whole game.
Where I agree, and I like it. Where does he come in?
You know what? If you really, really wanted to be brave, and I'm talking really brave, right? If you are feeling brave, I hate to count out Dave Warner because he's been so good for so long, and I'm probably going to contradict something that I've said before. But if you wanted to be brave and you wanted to play 3 spinners, I think the only way that you can do it is by dropping him. And you play
Uzi,
Travis, Uzi, Marnus, Smith, Hanscom, Green, Kerry, Ashton, Cummins, Goat, Todd Murphy.
Whoa.
I think that should.
Did you leave someone out there?
Dave Warner, that's the only person I left out, and no bowlers, no Stark, no Boland. It would just be Green and Cummins who would be the pace bowlers.
So Uzi, Trav, Smudge, Marnus. Who was 5?
Hanscom,
Hanscom's 5.
Green,
6, Carey, and then the bowlers.
Yeah, and then it would be Agar, and you'd also bat pretty deep because then Agar would be batting at 8,
Yeah.
and he's pretty good. Like as far as our tail enders at the moment, I'm not great with the stick. Comparably, he's a lot better of a bat. He's also one of the best fielders Australia has in any format of the game.
Right.
So, that's
This is Ashton.
Ashton. Yeah. So that would be if I was to make some radical changes for game 2, just to, mix it up because it is kind of like a must-win game. This second one, that's what I would do
I like that team.
because I think they're going to serve up another DOS bowl, and
There's-
they're going to get worse and worse and worse throughout the series.
There's something about just having big names in the side and having Trav and Green and even Ashton Agar to an extent. I know I've been critical of him on this pod before. Not critical, but I've questioned him before.
Yeah.
Having those names back in the side makes the Australian squad feel so much more complete and ready to sort of
I think they
combat this Indian.
definitely missed Cam Green. I think missed him. I think that's the first game he's not played the whole time he's been in and around the test team. And I think that was one of the first times that I think you could go, oh, wow, actually, we need his value had become realised.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will be interesting. And that way the team also kind of mirrors India's a bit better. See what's working with them. So yeah, they've got plenty of spin bowlers. See what's working for them. Do the same thing. They've got a pretty long batting tail. So do we now. I just think that'll work. And it sucks to leave out Davey because I do like him, but that's just how I think that's the only way I can see them getting up.
They won't do that though.
No.
They won't drop Davey. Not
No,
yet.
no.
All
be
right.
brave enough to.
Let's move on and move forward here.
Basketball trade deadline. Oh, do we have time? What time is it? We're kind of ripping through a lot of this. Might not have time for basketball trade deadline.
Is it? I don't know. Have you got much to say about it?
I was just gonna say that. All I was gonna say was just outline some of the really big trades that have happened. Okay, I'll just read you out. Okay, pretty much the main ones that you have to know if you really like a bit of NBA trade talk. Okay. So, 2 big trades. The biggest 2 trades of the window, right? So the Brooklyn Nets, obviously a lot, very covered team in the media because they have Ben Simmons, who's a bit of a controversial figure sometimes in the NBA, along with Kyrie Irving. And then they've got who's also a superstar, Kyrie Irving. And then they've also got superstar Kevin Durant. Now, Kyrie Irving placed a trade, right? He placed a trade request and to leave the team, even though they'd been playing pretty well. Because I just think the team and the back off and like the office is in a complete disconnect. Like they've got all these really good players, but it's just nothing is doing. Like they don't look like they're going to win a chip. So these good players have left, right? Nets have drafted him. Nets have traded him to Dallas to link up with Luka Doncic. You know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
Young gun, probably arguably the best player in the NBA or second best. Has needed help over in Dallas. He's now got it. He's got an all-star championship winner in Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyrie knows he's going to be the number 2 guy to him. And it's going to be pretty special. Expect fireworks. Brooklyn Nets also traded Kevin Durant. And this trade, they definitely won this trade. They got heaps for him. They got draft picks. They also got Cameron Johnson. And they also got Mikal Bridges, who is a pretty beast. And they got 3 players from Dallas as well for the Kyrie Irving deal. So they're stacked. Their whole team, it's worked out very well for them. And then I'll just say, this is kind of just like the main trades you'd have to know about. If someone said, did you see the NBA recently? You can say this. LA signed Rui Hachimura, beast. He's a forward, Japanese, very good player. Lakers have looked infinitely better since signing him. They also traded away Russell Westbrook, who wasn't quite working in that team. Russell Westbrook, most triple doubles in NBA history, great player, but he just didn't work there, unfortunately. And he's got a lot of negative slander, but I don't believe it's all his fault. But they got Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, and D'Angelo Russell. 3 quality players they got. I actually watched them play yesterday or the day before. They were awesome. They were playing the team itself. Although Russ is a good player, the team itself looked infinitely better. Here's a bit of drama for you, though. Malik Beasley, right? You know who Scottie Pippen is?
Yeah.
Malik Beasley went out with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, okay? And Scottie Pippen's son, Scottie Pippen Jr., plays on the Lakers team. And Malik Beasley, who went out with his mum, is now also in the team.
He went out with his mum.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. The same mum that Future also, met up with and then wrote a song about.
Of course, Future's got his mitts in there.
Yeah. Like, how awkward is that?
Is she a baddie?
I actually haven't seen a photo. But
She has to be if she's Scottie Pippen's wife.
yeah,
ex-wife.
she's probably right. Yeah, I'm sure. But I don't know. I can't really comment. But awkward. Talk
Yeah.
about awkward.
Yeah.
You know.
Awkward.
Very. Imagine just seeing that. Imagine being Scottie Pippen Jr. and being like, oh, fuck. Really?
You'd be like, Mum,
and
are
then
you kidding?
And then all the internet memes afterwards.
Yeah.
They don't go out now. They did go out previous.
Right.
You'd just be like, oh, this is awful.
Yeah.
Poor bloke. Mate. Light a candle for Scottie Pippen Jr. tonight,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. That's all
Keep
I'm
in
gonna
your
say.
thoughts.
Keep in your thoughts. It's tough out there.
All right. That's just about us for today, I think.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Lock that up.
Dude, we're starting to skip away on these things. Dude, Zen and I have started coming prepared, and like we're really coming at you hot.
And it's just blowing out the time. It's absolutely blowing out the time.
I quite like it. I quite like it. They get into an hour 30.
yeah.
Because I like when I listen, obviously, to pods. I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Mm.
I like when they're long.
Yeah.
Hour and a half goes quick.
Mm.
Music this week. Kane, roommate of notoriously only listening to 8 songs on repeat at a time, had been playing this song, and I'd been hearing it come out of his room. No idea what it was. I'm never gonna like go upstairs and be like, dude, what is that song? I just hear it sometimes. I'm like, that's an awesome song. I would love to know what it is. Yesterday, I went through his Spotify playlist, found the song. Suddenly by Drug Dealer and Ways Blood. Nice little, almost summery little tune.
Summary Sunday Arvo
Yeah,
session.
yeah.
In the sun.
Yeah,
Yep.
full of hope,
Suddenly
full of
feeling of
optimism.
Yep. Talk about it. Yep.
Yeah.
G'd up.
All right,
Yep.
go
Go
and
on.
wrap us up here.
Yep. Wrap your ears around it. Thanks for listening.
Stay tuned for next week. Big things coming next
More teasers coming.
week. Maybe the full thing, bro.
Maybe
Probably will be.
maybe.
I think it will be.
No promises. Keep tuned to our Instagram. Again, thank you for your support. I'm Alexander,
My name's Cody.
and we'll see you later.